The history of perfume, from sacred rituals to modern identity. The story of perfume is, in many ways, the story of human civilization itself. From its earliest use in religious rituals to its current role as a personal statement of identity, perfume has evolved alongside culture, science, and trade. The word perfume is derived from the Latin perfumum, meaning through smoke, which reflects its earliest form, burning aromatic substances to communicate with the divine. Ancient beginnings, Mesopotamia and Egypt. Perfume originated more than 4,000 to 5,000 years ago in ancient civilizations such as Mesopotamia and Egypt. In these early societies, fragrance was not associated with personal grooming but with spirituality and ritual. Aromatic resins, oils, and incense were burned during religious ceremonies, believed to carry prayers and messages to the gods. One of the earliest known figures in the history of perfumery is Tapputi, a Babylonian woman who lived around 1200 BCE. She is often regarded as the world's first recorded chemist. Tapputi developed early techniques for extracting fragrances from flowers and other natural materials, using methods that involved solvents and filtration. Her work laid the foundation for later developments in perfume chemistry. In ancient Egypt, perfume played an essential role in both daily life and religious practice. It was used in temples, during burial ceremonies, and by the elite as a sign of status. Ingredients such as myrrh, cinnamon, and cassia were commonly used, and perfumes were stored in intricately designed vessels. For Egyptians, fragrance was deeply connected to both the spiritual and physical worlds. South Asia and the Indus civilization. Perfume-making traditions were also highly developed in South Asia. Evidence from the Indus Valley Civilization, 1300-1300 BCE, suggests that early forms of distillation were already being practiced. Ancient Indian texts, such as the Charaka Samhita and Sushruta Samhita, describe the preparation of aromatic substances and medicinal oils. The Brihat Samhita, written by the scholar Varahamihira, contains detailed references to perfume-making techniques, particularly for royal use. India became known for its production of ittar, a natural perfume derived from flowers and herbs. Incense, in particular, was widely used in spiritual practices long before it spread to other regions. China and East Asia. In East Asia, particularly in China, fragrance developed along a slightly different path. Around 1000 BCE, aromatic plants, spices, and flowers were used primarily in the form of incense. These were burned during ceremonies, festivals, and daily life. Musk, known for its strong and earthy scent, was especially valued and widely used. Unlike in the Mediterranean world, where perfumes were applied to the body, East Asian traditions emphasized scent in the environment, reinforcing the connection between fragrance and atmosphere rather than personal adornment. Ancient Greece, the birth of liquid perfume. The ancient Greeks made significant contributions to perfumery by developing liquid perfumes. Instead of alcohol, they used oils as the base for their fragrances. These oils were carefully selected to be as neutral as possible, so as not to overpower the scent of the added ingredients. Greek scholars such as Theophrastus documented the processes and materials used in perfumery. Later, Roman author Pliny the Elder also provided extensive descriptions of perfume-making techniques. The Greeks used a wide range of ingredients, including roses, lilies, saffron, cardamom, myrrh, and frankincense. Perfumes were available in various forms, including oils, powders, and ointments. They were applied to the body, clothing, and even bedding. Interestingly, the Greeks discovered that applying perfume to pulse points, such as the wrists, enhanced its longevity, a principle still followed today. Perfume was also believed to have medicinal properties. Certain blends were used to treat wounds, reduce inflammation, or even flavor wine. However, strong fragrances could sometimes cause side effects such as headaches. Rome, perfume as a symbol of luxury. The Romans expanded the use of perfume to an unprecedented scale. Fragrance became a symbol of wealth, excess, and indulgence. Perfumes were used not only on the body, but also in public spaces, baths, and even fountains. Trade played a crucial role in this expansion. Aromatic materials such as sandalwood, cloves, and cardamom were imported from distant regions, including India and Southeast Asia. The demand for these materials contributed to the growth of extensive trade networks. Cyprus. Early industrial production. Archaeological discoveries in Cyprus have revealed what is considered one of the oldest known perfume factories, dating back approximately 4,000 years. This facility indicates that perfume production had already reached an industrial scale in ancient times, involving large quantities of raw materials and organized manufacturing processes. The Islamic Golden Age, the scientific transformation. A major turning point in the history of perfumery occurred during the Islamic Golden Age. Scholars and scientists in the Islamic world made significant advancements that transformed perfume making into a more precise and scientific discipline. The philosopher Al-Kindi wrote a comprehensive book on perfumes containing over 100 recipes and detailed methods for extracting and blending fragrances. His work also described the equipment used in perfumery, including the alembic, a device still associated with distillation. Another key figure was Ibn Sina, who refined the process of steam distillation. He successfully extracted essential oils from flowers, particularly roses, leading to the creation of rosewater. This innovation marked a shift from heavy, oil-based perfumes to lighter, more refined fragrances. Perfume also held cultural and religious importance in Islamic societies. Its use was encouraged in daily life, hygiene, and religious practices. The development of distillation techniques and the introduction of new raw materials had a lasting influence on both Eastern and Western perfumery. The spread to Europe. Perfume entered Europe through trade and cultural exchange with the Islamic world, particularly during the Crusades. By the Middle Ages, perfumery began to re-emerge in Europe, influenced by knowledge and materials from the East. One of the earliest modern perfumes was Hungary water, created in the 14th century. It was one of the first fragrances to use alcohol as a base, marking a significant departure from earlier oil-based perfumes. During the Renaissance, Italy played a key role in refining perfumery techniques. Catherine de' Medici later brought these advancements to France, where the industry would flourish. France, the centre of modern perfumery. France eventually became the global centre of perfume production. The region of Grasse developed into a hub for cultivating flowers such as lavender, jasmine, and rose, which were essential for perfume making. Under the reign of Louis XIV, perfume reached new heights of popularity. His court was famously known as the perfumed court, where fragrances were used extensively on clothing, furniture, and even the air itself. Perfume often replaced bathing, as hygiene practices were limited during this period. By the 18th century, products such as eau de cologne introduced lighter, more refreshing fragrances. Perfume had become an integral part of European culture, associated with refinement and elegance. England and other regions. In England, perfume use peaked during the reign of Elizabeth I, who was known for her strong preference for pleasant scents. Public spaces were often fragranced, and individuals took pride in creating their own perfumes. Perfume production also expanded to other regions, including Russia and the Americas, where it continued to evolve and adapt to local tastes and resources. The 19th century, the rise of chemistry. The 19th century marked a profound transformation in perfumery with the rise of modern chemistry. Synthetic compounds such as coumarin, vanillin, and ironone were discovered, allowing perfumers to create new scents that were previously impossible to achieve with natural ingredients alone. This period also saw the establishment of major perfume houses, including Guerlain and others, which contributed to the professionalization and commercialization of the industry. The modern era, perfume as identity. The 20th century introduced iconic fragrances that redefined perfumery. One of the most significant examples is Chanel No. 5, which incorporated synthetic aldehydes to create a completely new type of scent. It became one of the most famous perfumes in history and influenced countless creations that followed. Today, perfume is a global industry and an essential part of personal expression. It is no longer limited to religious or elite contexts, but is accessible to people from all walks of life. Individuals choose fragrances based on personality, mood, and identity, making perfume a deeply personal experience. Final core idea. Perfume did not emerge suddenly, but evolved over thousands of years through distinct phases of human development. The earliest phase was spiritual, where fragrance was used to connect with the divine in ancient civilizations such as Egypt, Mesopotamia, and India. Perfume, in this stage, was sacred and symbolic. This was followed by a phase of luxury in ancient Greece and Rome, where perfume became a marker of wealth, status, and refinement. It was widely used in daily life, but remained accessible primarily to the elite. The scientific phase emerged during the Islamic Golden Age, when scholars such as Ibn Sina transformed perfumery through the development of distillation and more advanced techniques, turning it into a discipline grounded in science. In the modern era, perfume entered a commercial and personal phase. With the rise of industrial production and global trade, fragrances became widely accessible. Today, perfume serves as a form of self-expression, reflecting individual identity, taste, and emotion.